Hello, I'm Chris from the Geek Legion of Doom, and I'm about to show you my Steelbook collection for 2019. This is the first Steelbook. This is Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Not a massive fan of the film, but I think the Steelbook is fairly nice. It's got quite a nice insert. But it's quite a nice, quite effective steelbook, in my opinion. Secondly, it's Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Again, not a massive fan of the film, but quite a nice steelbook. Again, it's got quite a nice interior. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I quite like this steelbook. I think it's very effective, very attractive piece of artwork on this one. Again, not one of my favourites, but probably the best out of the original prequel trilogies. Again, it's got quite a nice bit of artwork inside. The original Star Wars. Not much to say about this film. It's not been said before. Again, it's quite a nice interior. And my favourite Star Wars film, The Empire Strikes Back, which is, I think, again, it's got a lovely image of a stormtrooper. Very striking. Again, it's got quite a nice interior with the AT-AT walkers. And again, it's got the original kind of artwork on the back. And lastly, for the originals, it's Return of the Jedi. Again, it's quite a nice image of the Emperor. And interior is like, I think it's the final battle. And again, it's got the original artwork on the back. Next up is Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is similar to they've done it similar to those other ones, but I don't think it's as striking as the other ones, but not bad. And finally, on the Star Wars front, I got Solo: A Star Wars Story, which again I think is quite a nice steelbook, quite a nice striking image of the Millennium Falcon. So that's a rather nice one. Next up, I've got some James Bond steelbooks. Firstly, I've got For Your Eyes Only, which is, I think, is based on the artwork from the original intro to the film. So it's quite nice. It's quite arty, actually. And I've got Skyfall, which again has got quite a nice image of Daniel Craig as Bond, with the London landscape in the background. It's quite nice. This one we can open. It's like, it's got some secondary characters on the inlay, which is quite nice. Staying with Daniel Craig, Spectre, and this one is rather boring steelbook really, but it's got like a indented hole kind of thing where the bullet, which is quite novel, but on the whole it's a bit of a boring steelbook. But then I've got GoldenEye. Again, this one's quite nice, the original sort of poster art, and it's got like a little slip there, and again it's got quite a nice interior of Bond, close up of Pierce Brosnan. And finally, on the James Bond front, I've got Goldfinger. Again, it's got quite a striking artwork on it. Again, I think it's one of the original posters, and it's got a nice bit of embossing on the logo. And again, it's got like the interior's got like some blueprints of the Aston Martin, which looks quite nice. Right. Next in line, I've got some Indiana Jones steelbooks. Firstly, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Again, these look really nice. Original poster artwork. It opens up to a scene from the film when they're collecting the Ark from the Well of Souls. Bit of a boring back, but just a little scene right in the corner. Next one is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Again, I like this artwork. You know, very nice, and it looks really effective. And again, another scene from the film in the inlay. And then Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Again, a nice bit of original artwork. And opens up to another scene. I think that's when they're tied up together. And finally, everyone's favourite Indiana Jones film, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But again, it's a nice steelbook, it looks good. And again, it's got a scene in the interior. But I do really like these steelbooks, I think they're really nice. But again, it's got like just a random picture in the corner. You know, it's a bit boring on the back, but... Right, next up I've got, I think these were an HMV exclusives, and it's the original Ghostbusters, and it's got some really, really cool kind of cartoony artwork to it, and I really like, which is, you know, and it's just got box standard sort of logo inside and the DVD, the Blu-ray, and I've got, to go with it, Ghostbusters 2. Again, not the greatest film, but it goes well with the other one. And it's nice, kind of quite random artwork, but it's nice. And again, it's just the Ghostbusters 2 logo on the inlay. Now for some Arnold Schwarzenegger films. Firstly, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This is quite nice. It's got a striking image of the Terminator. The red eyes are kind of quite striking. Opens up. Not much to say inside really. It's just silver. And it's got him on the back, which it looks quite cool as well, I think. And I've got this one I really like. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the movie, it's The Last Stand, but I think this the artwork on this is very retro, very sort of 80s retro, and I just really think it's a striking image. and it sort of harkens back to sort of, it reminds me of old videotapes and, you know, the artwork that you used to get on the old videotapes. Inside it's just a black and white picture of him shooting a gun, which is a bit boring, but I do really like this steelbook. And then on the back it's got quite a nice image of Arnie with his sheriff's badge. The next one, this is one of my favourite steelbooks of all time, Predator. I just love the artwork on this. It's just really striking. The colours and just, you know, the actual likeness they've done. It's really, really nice. It's just on the back. But yeah, that's one of my favourites. Right, on to some Sylvester Stallone films now, and I've got, this is a DVD. This is of the latest Rambo 4, or John Rambo, or Rambo. I quite like this steelbook, you know, even though it's a DVD. Again, it's quite a nice image. It kind of, you know, jumps off the page kind of thing. It's just box standard sort of, with the right up on the back. Then I've got Rambo First Blood Part 2 Blu-ray. This one, again, it's quite subtle, but yeah, it's quite subtle. It's not the greatest one, but it's, you know, quite subtle. And then you've got the back. Then I've got First Blood. This one I really like, again, because it's got really good artwork. Comes in a little slip as well, which is quite nice. This one opens up, and you've got the artwork again, and you've got all the trees on the inside. But again, this one I think is a Canadian, if I'm right, Canadian copy. And on the back it's just got like a bird. But it's quite a nice, that one. Next up I've got the Expendables. I think this one's a German version of the Expendables. I like this one. It's because there's been other steelbooks of Expendables, and it's like a black sleeve with the same picture, but I think this one's more striking because it jumps out a bit more than the black one. And inside you've got a picture of the gang. I don't think there's anything on this side, but oh, you've got the Raven and the tattoo that he has on his arm, or his back, I think it is. And on the back it's just the regular kind of back. Next up, Expendables 3. This one's got, I really like this one as well because it's got a really cool picture of Stallone. And I think again this one's a German one. It's quite nice, and then it's got like a picture of them on the back. And another one of my favourites is, I really like this film as well, one of my favourite Stallone films, Cobra. And I do like, I've always liked this this artwork anyway, even when it was on VHS, and I always thought it was striking artwork. And they've really done it justice on this steelbook. And on the back it's just the regular J card. And now this final batch is kind of miscellaneous ones. So first off, I've got another DVD steelbook. This is Harrison Ford film Firewall. Again, it was quite a forgettable Harrison Ford film, but I did quite like it, and I think it looks nice on the steelbook. And I think this is a probably German copy as well. Next up, the original Lethal Weapon, which again, this is quite a nice artwork with the bullet going through the logo. I quite like that. And then on the back you've got the original artwork, which looks nice. I think inside it's just a sort of picture of them. so. Next up, Lethal Weapon 2. This is I think it's a French steelbook, not released in this country. But again, it's very striking. It's got the bullet again. It's very similar to the other one, but I think it looks good. And then on the back, it's just a J card. Next one is another Harrison Ford film, Ender's Game. This one I like. It's got a really kind of cool artwork, and you've got a nice, I suppose it's debossed logo there. But it's quite striking sort of artwork, and on the back it's got like a logo. And inside it's got the spaceship. Next up I've got Blade Runner 2049. Again, I thought this film was really good. Probably just as good as the original, and I quite like this one. It's quite a subtle sleeve, but I do quite like the way it's come out, and it's got a nice. The back's similar to the front. It's quite subtle, so I quite like that. And inside it's got some more artwork. Which is quite nice. Next up is Cowboys and Aliens, Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig. I did like this film, thought it was a good film. Again, it's got quite a cool image on the front, and on the back it's got him again with the aliens attacking, which I think is quite nice. Inside you got a picture of the car, the rest of the cast, I think. Yeah, they're all there, all four of them, four of the main characters. Finally, this is actually my son's steelbook. He's getting into the craze as well. And this is a Dark Knight Rises steelbook. It's quite nice. Image of Batman's mask. I take it it's in the rain there, and again it looks quite striking. Just got the rain on the back, and inside you've got Bane, picture of Bane, and the mask. So, and that's it as my steelbook collection. Thanks for watching.